Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I feel like I can't even remember. This might be my like sixth or seventh take because I keep deleting the damn videos. But I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for tuning in and listening and just kind of checking out my channel because honestly, I was just gonna delete this video like last night. I made the video and then I left it on YouTube and never checked back in because I didn't I didn't know where this video was gonna go and I just wanted to see where it went on its own. But last night I was like, oh, nobody's like probably gonna watch my video. Like it's so lame. Like I'm just here yapping and I don't even have a cool introduction or like a cool video format. I didn't even get the sizing of the YouTube video correct. But I'm kind of trying to learn and kind of figure this out as I go. But like I said, I just wanted to thank you guys for listening and it really shocked me because I didn't think people would listen, right? And I wanted to say that this is kind of proof that I shouldn't give up, that you guys shouldn't give up as well, that it's worth giving things we want to try a try. And I encourage you guys to do that for yourselves as well because it's not about the results, it's about fulfilling something within yourself. If you've been thinking about wanting to do something for a very, very long time, even if it doesn't go anywhere, even if it doesn't succeed, why not give it a try? We're only on this world for like a very short amount of time. We should make the most of it. And like, I always say that to myself, but I haven't taken a lot of steps either. Like, this is just my first take and it's like 2025, like, but I hope I serve as inspiration for you guys as well to please give the things that you want to try a try. But basically, today I really wanted to talk about kind of community, group love, as well as self reflection moments that I've had and maybe share that with you guys so you guys can also learn from it as well. Yeah. I wanted to talk more about community because of a comment that, someone left that they wanted to hear me talk more about group love before self love, before you give yourself self love. And I think this is a really important topic and pretty intuitive for a lot of people because if you really think about it, self love is a concept to a lot of people. I don't think a lot of us even know what it's like to love ourselves or what it is. Like maybe we've heard of it, we always hear people talking about it on the internet, but how exactly do we achieve that, right? And I think if we don't know where to start, or if we kind of are not ready to love ourselves yet, we can try to find a community or group that can support us and kind of love and understand us for who we are. And I think that's really important because how do we know what that is if we've never experienced it, if we don't know what it looks like? But with a community and a group of people that actually support you, they can show you or, give you an experience of kind of what love is, from a different perspective. But at the end of the day, it's all love, true love that is unconditional. And when you get to know people from all different walks of life, they show you many, many different perspectives that you probably don't know because you grew up in your own way, right? And like, if our life is like a box, when you get to know other people and have more knowledge about kind of what love is, as well as other things that you can learn from them or other things that you actually realized, oh, I don't want to learn that from them, you kind of expand. You and your experiences become bigger, and then you get to make your own decisions on life and how to view things and what self love is and what it could look like for you because it's a very personal thing. And everyone's definition might be different, but as long as it stems from true understanding of yourself and support for yourself and having grace for yourself. My roommate of 4 years taught me how to love myself because she loved me for who I am and who I was because I've changed a lot throughout the 4 years. And when she first got to know me, I was a very deprecating and self-hating person who complained a lot. I complained about everything. Like people around me, like I literally would complain about like I'm so dumb, I'm so ugly, I'm so fat, things like that, literally about any little thing. And she would always tell me, "No, you're amazing, you're smart, you're beautiful, you're kind." And always always was so kind to me. And her words of affirmation that constantly was being repeated to me for 4 entire years straight kind of ingrained it in my brain that yes, I am worth loving. I am kind of awesome and cool, and I don't need other people to tell me that. Well, it's nice to have other people tell you that because it kind of, like I said, is a first step to helping you understand what self love is. And it's like a crutch, something you could kind of use to get up on your own, but you're not going to rely on it forever. And she also taught me that we have to give ourselves grace as well as other people grace. When you give yourself grace, you let yourself be. You let yourself feel all your emotions and not hate yourself or feel guilty or shameful for things that you've done or experienced or things that other people do to you, right? As well as grace to other people because, like we said, we're all human. We're just living life for the first time. And, because we are all projections of ourselves onto other people. So, how you view other people is how you view yourself. How other people view you is how they view themselves. So, I feel like if you give yourself more grace and you give other people more grace, you're not only kind of building positive energy within yourself, you're also helping other people realize what positivity and kindness and love is for themselves. And I just think it's just great all around, right? And the second thing that I wanted to talk about was kind of my own self-reflections and just kind of like my own story so that maybe you guys can also learn and, take something away from this experience that I've had. Basically, I had an argument with a friend last night over these feelings that I've been kind of building up against them, like this kind of not resentment, but like not understanding why they are acting this way towards me, where I feel like they didn't value me as much as they valued our other friends. And I finally decided that, I should advocate for myself and speak up if I have, issues that I want to talk about, because why am I suppressing my own feelings? Why shouldn't, you make your life easier and just say what you want to say, right? It doesn't do anybody any harm to try to understand and fix a relationship or even kind of further a relationship because you're willing to talk the talks that, that a lot of people don't want to talk about. But basically, I kind of confronted them about it and they finally told me what the reason was, and it wasn't something I expected at all. It kind of shocked me because I had a million reasons in my head as to why they were acting the way they were acting, and it made me realize like, oh wow, like perspective is really important, that everybody has a different perspective on situations, and their perspective on that situation was very much valid, but my perspective was also very much valid. But that told me that I should actually stop jumping to conclusions, like for real. Like this time, like for real. Because every time I've had issues with people, I always immediately jump to conclusions because in my head it makes the most logical sense. Like I'm like logical. Like it makes sense. Like what other alternative could it be, right? But no, that's not true. Like for example, this situation, it was a random comment that I didn't think was important, but was important to them. And I was like, oh wow. I see. So then from now on, I believe that if I have problems with people, I should just talk to them, not confront them, but kind of have a one-on-one conversation. Just be like, hey, I just wanted to kind of talk about this because I do care about our friendship and our relationship, and I do want to kind of get to know you better. And disagreements is a great way to kind of build more trust and understanding of each other and like what our boundaries are and what things kind of trigger us and anything, anything that you can take away from it. And another thing that I learned from this was like what we say to people and how we say it is very important. Like what I said to them was completely not my intention. What I said to them came off the wrong way, wasn't what I meant, but I realized I worded it really wrong because it really did sound bad, like the way that they said it was. And I was like, I understand where you're coming from, and I really do apologize for that. The biggest lesson that I learned was something that took root in my childhood, and it made me realize that sometimes we really do become like the people that we grew up around. We may say, no, I'm not, or you try to deny it, or you try so hard to kind of work against it, but sometimes it just kind of wiggles in there and you don't know. And that's why I think self-reflection and self-awareness is very important. And the only way, not the only way, but the only reason I kind of even managed to understand this concept was because I journal. And I've been journaling for like 4 to 5 years now, nonstop, all the time, almost every day, about not just my day, but also my feelings and arguments that I've had and good things that have happened, just kind of like a diary. But the more you write, the more you understand yourself. And I understood that what I said to my friend was what people said to me growing up. And it was basically something along the lines of, oh, look, I did this for you because of you, so you owe me something. And wow, that's exactly what people did to me growing up around me. That because they did things for me, I owed them something. And I just realized subconsciously, I might have just done that to someone else that I cared about. Not because I wanted to hurt them, because this was the only thing that I knew, right? Sometimes you don't even know that it happens and it happens. But at least I'm learning from this mistake, so I'm glad I caught it early. But also, another thing was when I was growing up, actually, a few days ago, I was looking through like a few letters that I wrote in elementary school to people that I grew up with, and I wrote something along the lines of, I want to be useful so you'll like me. And if you really let that sink in, a little child writing that, the kind of thought that went through their head was that I had to be useful to be liked. And maybe that's why I said that to my friend, because I wanted to be useful. I wanted to tell them like, "Hey, look, I did this for you. Look, I'm worth being friends with." But I realized no. No. You don't have to prove anything to people. And that's what self-love is also about. That we don't have to explain ourselves to other people, that we deserve just as much love and grace from other people as well as ourselves. And I don't know if I'm saying this right, but I feel like you guys could probably understand what I'm trying to say. That just this realization that, we thought we were different and we improved a lot, but maybe we haven't. And that's okay because we're taking little steps. And as long as we're taking a step, I think that's really important. But yeah, that's basically all I have for today. If you guys have any questions, comments, please leave them below and like the video as well. I would love to continue to learn and grow with you guys as well. And yeah, thank you so much. Bye, guys.